Hi everyone, it's day 12 of the Vende Globe, and we've got a pretty tactical weekend ahead, or at least the teams have, for crossing this St. Helena High into next week. It's still looking pretty complex, so opportunities for the boats behind to maybe catch up. Let's dive straight in, have a look at the track, and just remind ourselves what happened over the last 24 hours. So this is where we left off. The fleet were just passing the corner of the top of South America here, Recife. And what's interesting is that Alex has opted for a slightly more westerly approach to his course, and he's created a nice bit of separation between him and Thomas and Charlie. And as we reach the point where we are today, you see that although Thomas is only about 15 miles behind, there's about 120 miles of separation between them, and I think this is going to be quite significant as we go into the weekend. So let's go straight on to the weather forecast, and this is the current situation. You can see the high pressure cell there down in the South Atlantic has sort of formed two bubbles, and the routing is trying to get the boats across the centre of this high pressure, which is never a good thing to do. But if you get a little bump, a little ridge, and some pressure through there, it can cut a huge amount of mileage off the overall track. So let's just watch it through over the next few days. So this is tomorrow lunchtime, and you can see this low pressure here. That's quite an important feature, and the lead boats will be hoping that they can try and slingshot down and get around this little low pressure and then push into the high before getting into the south, which they may well do. They've got to sail very, very quick to reach that. Sunday, you can see the whole lot has just moved a little bit further south, a little bit further away, and all the time the pressure is getting less and less into Monday lunchtime. And again, there's still a route through there, but it's very light winds. The wind is right behind them, so it's certainly not going to be possible to get up on the foil. And I would think conditions will be quite slow. And then Tuesday, you can see still pretty messy, little low pressure in between the two highs. But eventually, we see on Wednesday, it forms one big high pressure and then starts to drift east. And this might well give an opportunity for the boats behind to realign their route around the outside of this high pressure. And provided the lead boats don't break south and jump onto a low, a travelling low, it could well mean that the fleet are all quite closely bunched going into the first of the Southern Ocean depressions. So let's have a quick look at the routing, and it pretty much lines up with that. You can see this was routing taken from Alex's position at lunchtime today. And if I just sort of stop it at this point, you can see how light the wind is around this high pressure. So wouldn't expect the boats to be foiling. Certainly, the angle looks pretty tricky, and this will be music to the ears of the boats behind because they'll see their opportunity to catch up. So overall, still quite complicated for the lead group. Every opportunity, I think, for the mid group to catch up with the leaders, and who knows, maybe the back markers will be able to make up some miles as well. It's certainly not going to be an easy time for them getting across the St. Helena High, and it'd be really fascinating to see how this pans out over the weekend. Thanks again. Keep the questions coming. We've got a fantastic lineup next week with Paul Larsen, speed sailor himself, joining us on Monday, and Will Harris, great weather guy and navigator, will be joining us during the week as well. So stay tuned. We'll see you soon.